whatever they'd been using at the funny farm to spike my food had done bad things to my brain box.
Santa!
Sorry to get you out of your bed.
Oh, it wasn't in my bed. I was just stuffing the cat.
This man doesn't know who he is. He becomes whoever pops into his head.
Yeah, he's looking at you, Mrs. Napier.
Johnny, quick! Fat man's goons!
Stay here. Be careful.
You too, Bogey. If I whistle, look behind you.
Yeah? I'll keep your lips in shape for later.
Robbie Coltrane plays The Bogeyman tomorrow at 9:25 on 2.
Now on BBC2, taking us towards the new year, weather-wise, here's Bernard Davey.
Hello, the England cricketers are off on their winter tour to India and Sri Lanka. They'll be as far west as Ahmedabad, as far east as Calcutta, as far north as Chandigarh, and down to Bangalore in the south. And after they've finished the tour of India, they'll be off down to Colombo in Sri Lanka. As they arrive in Delhi, they can expect a very warm welcome by day. Temperatures in the sunshine around about 25, so lots of clear skies over much of India. In the Middle East, we've had some strange weather in the last 24 hours or so. At Qatar, they've had 41 millimetres in 24 hours. Riyadh, the daytime temperature was only +7. Jerusalem, temperature up to 3. And then as we go north into Turkey, very, very cold nights and quite a bit of snow, especially over the mountains. Tonight, over the whole of Europe, a fairly widespread and severe frost, so lots of scraping of ice off cars tonight and tomorrow. As far as the British Isles is concerned too, here a widespread frost, severe in some places, temperatures -4 to -6, perhaps even a bit lower in that in places. The only places likely to escape is around some of these coasts where you've got a bit of an onshore breeze and you hold on to some cloud. But we are expecting a bit of a change. It's going to come in fits and starts. The cold easterlies are gradually going to give way to more changeable westerlies, perhaps even strong to gale force winds, but they're more likely, I think, to be confined to Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, the south staying, I think, mostly dry. And I think you can see what I mean by looking at the pressure and rainfall, the high pressure drifting away, opening the doors to let the changeable westerlies in. But in the south, you notice there's still a bump of high pressure to the south, so here mostly dry, the more changeable weather likely to be to the north. So back to today. The high pressure still in ascendancy, and that's going to rule the roost, at least for the next few days, with clear skies and tonight freezing fog patches, especially from the Midlands northwards. Some thicker cloud up to the extreme northwest of Scotland, mainly in the Outer Hebrides. The temperatures, just to remind you again tonight, -6, a fairly general figure in some central parts of Scotland and in England. On tomorrow's weather chart, the high pressure having been nudged a little bit out of the way, but nonetheless it'll still be dry, bright and sunny for most of us, though with that early freezing fog, some of it will be rather reluctant to clear and may linger all day in one or two places, while up to the northwest, the cloud thickening up a little bit, perhaps a little drizzle getting into the Western Isles and some thicker cloud drifting in towards Northern Ireland. Another cold day, temperatures freezing with the mist and fog lingers all day, generally 2 to about 5, a little bit warmer down to the southwest, temperatures near 6 or 7. On Wednesday, this first weather front, a weakening feature pushing in, another one coming behind it. So we'll find over much of England still fairly cold with some mist and fog, but some sunshine, thicker cloud with some rain pushing across Scotland and Northern Ireland. The first lot moves away, a brighter spell, and then a heavier burst of rain followed by some showers, and then a New Year's Day, windy with gales in the north. That's it from me. Good night.
London, 1792. A shadowy figure disappears into the icy blackness. 200 years later, deep within a cold meat store, something sinister is defrosting. The horror of Dracula is lathered to form pure soap opera. The villain oozes magnetism and money. The victims seem almost to deserve their fate. And of course, there will always be a cliffhanger. Something to really get your teeth into. Starting tomorrow at 9 on 2.
One thing that really strikes me about that programme is that if it's a real soap opera, like it says in the Radio Times, does that mean that the vampire foams at the mouth? Well, okay, just a thought. Anyway, it's that clock time again. We're looking at nearly 1:20 now, and BBC2 is closing down. Thanks for being with us, and although we're going home soon, don't forget our tireless colleagues on BBC Radio, who'll be turning out lots more music and entertainment throughout the night. And if you intend to stay up a little longer, I'm sure they'd be very glad of your company. As I say though, it's from us now, it's time to close down. So from everybody on BBC2, this is Michaela Saunders wishing you a pleasant and peaceful night. Good night.